Good morning. My name is Regina Martinez Woodruff. I'm the manager of the CTC Bookstore. And this morning we're going to give you some information hopefully you find useful in finding your books and navigating our website. I'm going to start out on the main CTC page. And from here, if you click on the Student tab and you go down over to the right-hand side under Student Resources, you'll see a link that says Books and Instructional Materials. This link is very useful. So it starts out with your class start date. So for the upcoming term, we'll be under the July through September start date. If you click here, it's going to ask you for your basics. So if you type in history, if you're taking a history course and you're taking, let's say, History 1301, it's going to ask you how you're taking the course, blended, traditional. Of course, right now, most everything is online, but it will give you the book information. So this way you can always check to make sure that you're getting the correct material. And then, if there's any questions, it will tell you what's required, what's optional. And I've lost our page.
There you go. Just click students. Just click it and it should hold the page, Regina. Just click it and now go. There you go. There we go.
And we'll go back. Okay, and down here, sorry about that, we've got some information about the financial aid charging. Financial aid usually starts and releases to the bookstore approximately 10 days prior to the first day of class. If your class starts on August 24th, should be released around August 14th. And here's the link to the bookstore. So if you click on the link, it will take you directly to the bookstore website. And up at the top, it has our contact, our store hours. Right now, the store is closed to in-person traffic. We are processing web orders, and they are processed in the order in which we receive them. If you have any questions, you can absolutely reach out and call us. We have people answering the phone, so that if you have any questions, you need help navigating the website, we're here to help you do that. So if you go down, you'll start at the menu and go to textbooks and click on buy. At this point, you're really going to need to know your schedule. So it's always helpful if you have your course schedule available. And again, you select a campus term. So if you're taking distance learning and your courses start between July and September, you would click this link right here. Let's add a couple courses. Let's say accounting, and then 2301. All courses generally use the same material. If there was a different instructor that uses something different, it would be listed in this section. If there's not anything else listed, everybody's going to use the same thing. So you can add the course to your book list. And let's add one more. We'll say computer science online, and we'll add it to the list. So at this point, let's get a book list. Let's see how it looks. So if you notice for your accounting course, you have two options. One is a bundle. So this would be a physical textbook, or you have the option of an ebook. So if you just want an electronic version, you would select this. If not, if you are older or prefer to have a paper copy, then you would choose the required version. Now with your BCIS, it's only available in an ebook. If you click on new, it automatically will add one to the basket. And again, let's do an ebook here. It will add it to the basket. All you have to do is click purchase. It's going to ask you to set up an account, and I actually have an account. So but let's go through. So here's your cart, you would go to checkout, set up your account. It's going to ask you a couple questions. It's going to ask you if you're using financial aid, um, if you're using a credit card. If you're using financial aid, it's your 7-digit number. Do not include the C in front of it. If it's prior to your 10 days before your start class, your order may be canceled. You can't place your order too early because your funds won't be available. If there's any errors with your credit card, you will receive an email. But other than that, you should receive your standard email saying that your order has been received. Now, if you go back to the bookstore homepage, down at the bottom is customer service, and it tells you a little bit about our online ordering, how to order online, our shipping policies, our returns, what is required for a return, how long you have, and you know the condition of the books, what's returnable, ebooks are not returnable. They are actually emailed to you. So make sure if you place an order for an ebook and it shows that your book has been shipped, check your email. If you don't see it there, a lot of times it goes into spam or junk. Um, and of course, we're always available. So if you need us, you can call. We have email address. It's ctc.books@ctcd.edu. We try to answer those as quickly as possible, and orders are processed in the order that they are received. So that's really important. I know we have a lot of students who place an order, and because they place it second day air, they expect it to leave that day. But unfortunately, it goes in a queue. So once we get to your order, once we receive your order, then the clock starts on your 2-day shipping. So that's important to know. Here's our contact information again. You can email us, you can call us. Right now, our hours of operation are 7:30 to 5:30, Monday through Thursday, 7:30 to 11:30. And if there's any questions, we will call and clarify. If you log into your account after you place an order, it will give the status. It will tell you, the order was accepted, the order has been shipped, the order was partial, if it's complete, if there's, any situations that you should be aware of, that would be the place to check. So log back in, and it does give you an order history. And of course, feel free to call. Tracking numbers are sent out. They are sent out by UPS, and also if it goes by the Postal Service, the email address comes from Pitney Bowes, not CTC Bookstore. A lot of people, it winds up in their spam or junk email. And if so, make sure you check there, because a lot of times it just automatically kicks in there. Right now, we are unsure of the status of opening the store. We're hoping to do it, but there has not been a date released yet. As soon as we find out any information about changes to our procedure, it will be on the main bookstore page, and it's usually under announcements, which should be right here where it says bookstore updates and financial aid charging. So any updated information will be posted directly to our site, as well as the main college website. So for me, this is my portion. I'm getting ready to turn it over to Miss Stovall, who is our head cashier and buyer for the bookstore. And she's going to give you a little bit more information about the general merchandise side of it. So, uniforms and supplies and different things like that. So Ms. Stovall, if you're ready.
Hello, everybody. Sorry, let me take off our protection. You know, we have to stay protected. Okay, so I hope y'all can hear me now. Okay, my name is Bonnie Stovall, and I am the head cashier here at the bookstore. So my main area is away from the textbooks and more of the general merchandising as well as uniforms for the bookstore. So you know about the bookstore. Bookstore carries mostly your guys's pens, paper, pencils, whatever it is that you guys need for classes, binders, and whatnot. But I just want to let you know that we do also, for those who may not know, and this is your first time attending CTC, we do also carry the uniforms for the hospitality department, the paramedic department. We have the equipment and the tools needed for the classes, such as chef knives, pocket thermometers, that type of stuff. So whenever you take classes there, and it comes to your uniforms and your equipments, that will be available on the bookstore as well. It's not available on the textbook side, obviously. It would go underneath the general merchandise. I see, okay, you can't see the screen. So you would be on the bookstore website, go to merchandise and general merchandise, okay? Now this is where you'll find also cap and gowns, hopefully this coming fall. But you will see the, let's try hospitality, for example. Right there, you will see the aprons needed, your jackets, pants, caps, and your tools, as well as with the help of our office assistants by the name of Kimberly Knoll, because it is kind of tricky right now with the pandemic as far as offering supplies to the students. She went out of her way to try to get some supplies listed, just pens and pencils and stuff, just your guys' basics and essentials to get you guys so you can order also on the website. So if you go to, let me see here, we also have art supplies. Right here, there's school supplies. And on here you will find, again, your pens, pencils, if you need highlighters, we even have copy paper, we have binders, as well as apparel. If you all want to get school spirited and purchase some CTC merchandise, you can do that as well. We offer sweatshirts, t-shirts, so we have that going on. The newest thing that we have happening within the bookstore, and it just started this fall, we were working with the nursing department. Let me get out of this and stop sharing my screen. I just wanted to kind of show you guys the GM side of the bookstore. Again, like I said, that's where you want to get your supplies at, and your uniforms if needed. And come back over here real quick. Okay, I hope everybody can see me. So the newest thing that we have for the bookstore this semester, before the pandemic hit, we started working with the nursing department on offering and selling the nursing department uniforms through the bookstore, which would be great because then that way students don't have to drive a couple miles up the road to get your uniforms, as well as those that have financial aid can also purchase their uniforms using financial aid through the bookstore. So it's a win-win for everybody. It's a win for the college, it's a win for the student as well. Right now, also, we have masks. We have masks that we custom ordered on the way. We're going to be offering the loop masks as well as the pleated masks. And I just recently this morning did a check on the status of the masks, and hopefully we should have them here the very beginning of next week is what we're looking at. I don't know if you guys can see it because I wanted to kind of give you guys an idea of what they would look like visually. But that's how the masks would look when they come. And again, we're going to make them available as well on the website. I don't have the nurses necessarily. They're a gray color, but the uniform's kind of the same concept. This right here is going to be for the sciences department. So we're also going to be offering their uniforms as well. They should be getting ready to be ordered. Massage therapy hopefully will be starting next year for spring, I believe. So we'll be carrying those as well if you're interested. Again, all that stuff you can find on our website. Just go through the ctcbookstore.com. Textbook for your textbooks, GM for any merchandise. Just wanted to let you guys know that yes, it's overwhelming for everybody, and obviously this is new to everybody. The last pandemic they had was 100 years ago, so don't feel overwhelmed. Classes are also being accommodated because there are delays. There have been changes and hiccups as far as processing times and whatnot. And not only do I work for CTC, but I myself also attend classes, so I totally understand how you can possibly feel. But just know that if you guys have any questions, we do have people here answering the phone. Sometimes we may not be able to get to them right away because we're tied up on the line with other students. But don't hesitate to call. Don't hesitate to ask questions. You know, if you need help walking through the bookstore website, or you just want to ask for general merchandise information or your online order statuses, feel free to call. Don't hesitate. That's what we're here for. We're here to help you out and try to make it as smooth as possible for you, as much as we possibly can. Okay. So that's all I have for today. Does anybody have any questions? Okay. So and I don't. This is my first webcam, so I'm going to go ahead and try to answer these that I'm seeing on the screen. So the number that you can call if you have any questions is area code 254-526-1219. And that's the number to the bookstore if you got any questions. Any other questions? Okay, so if you have any questions that you would like to email in to us, the email address that you would send them to is going to be ctc.books, so that's going to be plural at the S after the K, at ctcd.edu. Okay, your next question about financial aid. How do you prove that you got financial aid? So whenever you place the orders online, again, you would provide us with your student ID. When we receive your orders, we don't process the orders until we check and confirm and verify your financial aid. If your financial aid does not cover the books, you will get an email stating that your order has been canceled due to the fact that there was not enough funds to cover the book, or if for some reason financial aid funds are not available. But you will know either way your financial aid status with an online order. Any other questions? Don't be afraid to ask. We're here for you. Okay, when can I buy books and materials for classes with financial aid? Okay, so financial aid always drops 10 days prior to class. I believe they started rolling out this month on the 14th. Sometimes there's like another day delay. So they were still going through them as well on this past Monday, the 17th. So you can go ahead and you can place the order, like I said, at any time. If you don't have the funds available, we'll just cancel the order. You'll get an email and you can just replace it. But again, financial aid routinely is 10 days prior to class. Can I use my financial aid money to buy books at another location? I do not believe, unfortunately, because the way financial aid works, when you process your information through FAFSA, it wants to know what school that you're attending. So I believe because you have to put that college code in, it's only available for that location, I believe. But it doesn't hurt to check with financial aid, but when I applied for financial aid, yeah, I had to specifically put CTC. Any other questions? Not yet. When will I get my extra financial money? Okay, so I was told that it depends. To be honest with you, like we check your guys' financial aids. We have access to as far as what you have available. On the specifics, that's mostly with the financial aid department. But what Ms. Martinez Woodruff just told me, it depends on what type of financial aid is being offered to you. So yeah, I was gonna say because it does spread out. Sometimes also if you register for multiple classes, also further on. Sometimes also they split your financial aid, so though you may have received a certain amount, you may not have that entire amount accessible. What I'd probably suggest and recommend, because this is my first time receiving financial aid, I went on the WebAdvisor and I went to the financial aid link, and on there it does show you, and it also provides a breakdown of how your financial aid is distributed, for what terms, and what transactions were done against your financial aid account. So, do you have equipment or tools? Okay. So, and nursing programs. Okay, so with the nursing programs, they do receive kits. So all of their equipment is in the kits. We have the past couple semesters started supplying other additional one-off type of supplies for the departments. I have in the past also gotten stethoscopes for the EMT programs. Currently, right now, I know we do have some peripheral supplies out there but that is something that we do offer. Yes. Unfortunately, no, we do not have shirts for the aviation program. I'm not at this time sure if that's something that maybe the department is possibly looking at getting done. I have not heard anything, but as of right now, no, there is no aviation apparel within the bookstore. And I know some of y'all might be joining a little bit late, and don't feel rushed. If you got any questions, just go ahead and ask. I have no problem answering something that may have been asked before. And just so you guys also know, while I'm waiting for another question to come on, again, if you don't have your materials on the first day of class, especially for the newer students, this may be your first semester within CTC. If for some reason you do not have your materials on the first day of class, just please feel free to let your instructors know. The instructors know what to do in the event of something like that happening, because sometimes even the publishers may not have material on hand at the time we place our orders. So they can better assist you as to what to do. And as long as they're notified and they're put on notice, you should be okay. They'll work with the students. Okay, well, if there's no more questions, that is all I have for you all today. Thank you for viewing and welcome to CTC. Thank you.